The crypto market has been crashing hard and all the Dogecoin holders are wondering if we'll ever go up. In this video, I'll talk about some new data for Doge and cryptos to answer this question. But first, let's talk about something really interesting that happened today. So we know that Dogecoin has plummeted a massive 30% in the past 24 hours, but the good news is that it has begun a slow recovery already. While this massive price fall took place, someone moved roughly 250 million Dogecoins, and slightly more than half of that sum went to Robinhood. I'm wondering if it was one of Robinhood's executives moving Doge funds into Robinhood's main wallet since he or she intends to hold it for the long run. Why do you think it happened? Let me know in the comment section below. Another good news about Dogecoin is that it's showing some signs of even more recovery. The chart shows the prospect of it undergoing a strong price rebound after reaching a technical support confluence on May 12. Doge's 45% price dropped to 0.065 this week, or a 90% decline from its record high of 0.76 a year ago, was met with decent buying sentiment. As a result, the token underwent a modest price rebound on May 12, rising over 10% to 0.078. Dogecoin's upside retracement move started near a confluence of two support levels, which were a multi-month downward sloping trend line and a horizontal line that preceded a 335% price rally in the week ending April 19 last year. The falling trend line is part of a broader descending channel pattern. Its multiple retests as support in the last 12 months propelled Doge's price toward the channel's upper trend line. If the pattern repeats, Dogecoin's rebound will stretch toward the upper trend line near 0.10, up almost 25% from May 12's price. The upside setup also picks cues from Dogecoin's daily relative strength index, now near its oversold threshold of 30, which is a buy signal. Conversely, a decisive move below the confluence support risks sending Doge to $0.04, which has served as a strong support level in the February to April 2021 session. That would mean another 40% price decline before the next potential rebound. Now let's talk about the crash in Bitcoin, since the correlation between Bitcoin and Doge's price is very high right now. So it says here that institutional investors are betting big time on Bitcoin and on Ethereum rival Solana amid a crypto market downturn. According to a new report from CoinShares, Bitcoin investment products have seen 45 million in inflows over the last week, as assets under management for these fell to very similar levels seen during the lows in sentiment seen at the beginning of the year. The firm noted in its report that, surprisingly, digital asset investment products saw inflows totaling 40 million last week, as they believe investors are taking advantage of the substantive price weakness to add to positions. Also, a spike in investment product trading activity that would typically be seen during extreme price weakness periods hasn't occurred, although the firm notes it's too early to tell if this marks the end of the 4-week run on negative sentiment. Several major financial services firms, including Citi, Wells Fargo, and BNY Mellon, are investing in institutional crypto tech provider Talos, which aims to remove the barriers to wide-scale crypto adoption. Also, Wednesday saw one of the biggest transfer volumes from whale entities to exchanges, topped only by the March 2020 crash. Some 80K bitcoins were transferred in just one day to tracked exchanges, worth some $2.3 billion at current prices. That compares to about 15K sent daily at the beginning of the month, making it a 5x jump in one of the most volatile days for cryptos. Blockchain fees spiked, with some 15 Bitcoin in fees queued to enter as network activity led to one of the most congested days. This just goes to show that institutions and whales are still very bullish on Bitcoin. Now some negative news. Bitcoin's profitability faced a big drop in the last few weeks, and the realized losses confirm that the crypto market now remains at the second lowest point in its history as per Glassnode. Traders record a realized loss whenever an asset is being sold on the market for a price below the cost or book value. Simply put, a trader or an investor suffers a realized loss whenever he sells an asset for a price lower than his or her initial purchase level. It is important to separate realized and unrealized losses, as volatile assets like Bitcoin recover quickly from a massive loss and turn positions in loss to profit in the course of a day. But whenever the market reports a massive spike in realized losses, as we have seen today, we should expect to see a decrease in selling pressure, especially after an asset loses almost half of its value in such a short period. Also, the Bitcoin premium on the largest US-based crypto exchange has plummeted to negative levels last seen nearly 3 years ago. According to CryptoQuant, this metric has fallen sharply since the start of the month. It was well in the green, as the chart below demonstrates, for consecutive months, but dropped to its lowest position in 35 months. The analytics resource attributed it to larger investors disposing of their assets on Coinbase. And because of the crash, several crypto market specialists believe the price of Bitcoin is on the verge of a chasm, with its price hitting its lowest point since December 2020. According to crypto expert Rect Capital, history suggests that every time Bitcoin dominance challenged the red level, it broke. There's a strong possibility that Bitcoin dominance can continue to the top of the black wedging structure over time. And then Rect Capital highlighted more downside could be expected over the next few months, if not weeks, if Bitcoin loses the macro range of support around 28K. It also said that if Bitcoin completely loses this macro range, Bitcoin will enter a downtrend, peppered with recoveries before more down. Question is, how long will this downside take? History has shown that downside can take months or weeks. And then the CEO of Eighth and prominent crypto trading analyst Michael van de Poppe said, Bitcoin has cleared all the liquidity beneath the lows and dropped towards the 26K block. There's still a level around 24K left that could be tested, although the move becomes overextended. Also, because of the crash, the government of El Salvador's bonds is now trading at 40% of their original value. Investors have now begun to mistrust its ability to meet its next debt payment. And because of all this, the FUD in the market keeps increasing. I think they're totally disregarding all the good that's happening right now. One of the good things was that the Shanghai High People's Court has declared that Bitcoin qualifies as a virtual asset protected by Chinese law. And that is despite the ban on crypto trading in China. The court further explained that Bitcoin has a certain economic value and conforms to the property's attributes. The legal rules of property rights are applied for protection. Also, the Federal Ministry of Finance published a 24-page document on Tuesday outlining clear income tax rules for crypto and virtual assets. The key takeaway is that individuals who sell Bitcoin or ETH more than 12 months after acquisition will not be liable for taxes on the sale if they realize a profit. And then another good news came from Brazil. XP, which is Brazil's largest broker according to market value, is planning to launch a crypto trading platform that will allow its customers to buy, sell, and hold Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Crypto portfolios will be integrated with other investments in the app, allowing customers to frictionlessly interact with the interface they are already accustomed to. This functionality will bring Bitcoin to XP 3.5 million customers. And another good news came from Ukraine. The Ukrainian government took a significant leap of faith on Saturday by officially accepting crypto donations. Finally, they gave in to people's demands for crypto donation options to support them in defense against Russia. It also added crypto wallet addresses for the facilitation of donations. It was as if the crypto space was waiting for the official addresses to be offered to contribute to Ukraine's cause. The two wallets collected cryptos worth about $5.4 million within the first 8 hours of their reveal. The total sum contributed to the NGOs and the Ukrainian government surpasses $12 million as of now. But still, there's some news that's adding to the FUD in the market. The SEC has continued to stake a claim for the crypto asset industry for his agency tasked with regulating securities in the United States. According to Gensler, cryptos should be regulated the same way as securities. Gensler is angling for full control over the regulation of the crypto sector, which is likely to result in harsh restrictions for companies and investors in the country. He claimed that very few crypto assets operate like commodities or digital gold, which is why his agency should have jurisdiction over them rather than the CFTC. Also, its chief Gensler said that a few crypto exchanges may be working against the user's interest as they bypass imposed rules to bet against customers. Furthermore, he notified that most of the circulating digital assets do not comply with the SEC requirements and need to register with the security watchdog. He expressed that most of the cryptocurrencies are in the range of SEC. Given that, crypto companies offering investment opportunities of digital assets should register with the Commission as officials plan to regulate crypto with a comprehensive set of rules in the future. But despite all of this, I'm still happy that one of the most prominent investors is still bullish on Bitcoin. American investor Bill Miller says that he wouldn't be surprised if the price of Bitcoin were to halve from its current level, but still he remains bullish in the long term. Miller, who served as chairman of Legg Mason Capital Management, said that he had half of his net worth in the world's largest crypto. He adds that he hasn't heard a good argument about why one shouldn't put 1% of his or her liquid net worth into Bitcoin. The investor views the largest crypto as a hedge. Now considering all this, I think Doge and Bitcoin will go up, but we'll have to wait a bit longer than expected. I'm sure that everyone's panicking right now since only 4% of Doge holders are in profit at the current price level. But still, I think it's time to hold onto your Doge because Elon's big announcement for Doge and Twitter might just come out this week.